February is soon coming to a close. With that comes the month of March. Today, we'll be discussing sneakers to resell in the month of March. And if you're not into reselling, that's okay as well. You could use this guide to know what are going to be the most hype sneakers, the most limited, or even what popular general releases may go on sale because, hey, we're all trying to save some money. Specifically, we'll be discussing the name of the sneaker, the retail, the release date, and whether the sneaker will be profitable or not, or if they may even sit on shelves, resulting in a sale price. Feel free to subscribe and enable post notifications. This way, you stay 100% updated on all these profitable releases. Also, be sure to follow my Twitter for urgent updates and info, KeithAdam10, and also personals for you, such as the recent shock drop we saw for the white cement Jordan 3. And for early information before these drops actually occur, make sure to follow Endurance. Also, if you guys have any video ideas, things that you want me to cover that have to do with sneakers, reselling, some scam that needs to be exposed in this space, etc., feel free to message me any ideas on my Instagram. It's Keith_Adam_. Kicking it off with the first for $185, the delayed off-white Air Force 1 mid-pine green might potentially drop. I say potentially because many of the raffles that were initially up for them are now removed, such as end clothing, for example, so they might be delayed again. Either way, whenever they do end up dropping, I have certainly lowered my expectations for them, considering how low pre-sale already is on some sizes and the overall lackluster bids. I'd have to say at best I'm only expecting potential lunch money with a subpar margin in large sizes 10 and above. It's really the spikes that hurt these and many other off-whites, unfortunately. Also, on the first for $110, we should be seeing the Dunk Low Sandgrift women's release. Like many earthy tone Dunk Lows, these do actually have some decent demand. As of now, I would expect them to hold up for lunch money with a subpar to decent margin, larger sizes being the best, of course. On the other hand, also on the first for $135, the Dunk High Worn Blue will be dropping. Pre-sale in some sizes is already below retail and demand appears to be low, so I'd have to say personal only. The same goes for the Air Force 1 Worn Blue, which drops on the first for $120, just personals for these. And the same also goes for undefeated Air Force 1 Pink Prime, which drops on the first for $160. They're already well below retail in the secondary market if you do want a personal. We also have the Dunk Low Industrial Blue Sashiko dropping on the first for $120, but they might also be delayed to the 9th at some other retailers. Presale is already very close to retail, so at best, I'd only expect brick profit with a very poor margin on large sizes if you have no tax, otherwise just personals. Moving on to the second, we have the full release for both Jordan 12 A Ma Manières, the black and the white pair. As you guys know, we already saw the A Ma Manière new domain release for the black pair on the 24th. By the way, make sure to follow my Twitter for instant new domain links or notifications like this. But anyway, while pre-sale might appear high for the black pair still, remember that they came to about $260 on the website after shipping and tax, making them mostly a brick, large sizes being just brick profit with a poor margin. And this is before shipments have all gone out, so I'm still expecting them to go down even further, in fact. I'll try to make a full video on both of them before the main drop, so make sure you do subscribe and enable post notifications if you're interested in that full resale analysis. As of now, I expect the white pair to do just slightly better than the black, so when it comes to the Manière drop and other sites with high shipping, if you have tax, only large sizes will have lunch money potential with a poor to subpar margin, but for sneakers, for example, that will of course improve the margin because you don't have to pay for the shipping, and of course if you have no tax, that'll also improve the margin too. Overall, there's still money to be made here, it's just not a good margin. Then on the third for $150, the Air Max 187 Safari in women's sizes will be dropping. There appears to be some decent demand for large sizes, but I'm skeptical that it'll be sufficient for profitability. Best case, maybe brick profit with a very poor margin in large sizes if you have no tax in your state, but that's about it. Also on the third for $180, the Jordan 14 Metallic Silver in women's sizes will be dropping. Like most 14s, these don't have much demand, so I would have to say personal only. Then on the fourth for $180, the Air Max 1 LeBron James Liverpool FC will be dropping. While presale is very high on these, demand doesn't look very impressive considering the retail is $180, so I'd have to say personal only for these two. Also on the fourth for $225, the Jordan 5 UNC will be dropping. Demand on these isn't bad for Jordan 5, considering 5s tend to have very low demand, and It makes sense. The UNC colorway usually carries a lot of demand in itself. Unfortunately, retail is $225, not $200, not even $210, and that really hurts the ability to profit on these. Hence, I'd only expect brick to lunch money profit on large sizes with a poor margin if you have no tax, or if you have local buyers and you could avoid seller fees. Definitely need a personal. These are fire, but that high retail really is hurting for these. Moving on to the 7th for $225, the Air Max 97 Gold Bullet will be making its return once again. Last time they restocked, they did brick, and they're already below retail, so personal only, and you could even save some money in the secondary market or by waiting for a sale if you do want a pair. Also on the 7th for a whopping $400, the Tiffany Nike Air Force 1 Low will be dropping. Despite the high retail, there is a good chance that these remain profitable with a decent to good margin due to very high demand and the fact that they're very limited too. As of now, I'd say they're a go. Let's see as we do approach the drop though, because maybe things will change. Also on the 7th for $120, the Dunk Low The Future Is Equal in women's sizes will be dropping. Considering the Be True Dunks bricked, I'd expect the same for these, so personal only. Then on the 8th for $150, the Jordan 2 Low UNC to Chicago in women's sizes will be dropping. Like most Jordan 2s, demand is low and pre-sale is already close to retail, so I'd have to say personals only unless you do have good local buyers and no tax. Then on the 9th for $120, the Dunk Low Light Orwood Brown Sashiko will be dropping. They do appear to have some decent demand, but nothing great. At best, they may hold up for lunch money with a poor margin in large sizes. Similarly, also on the 9th for $120, the Dunk Low LX Black Team Gold in women's will be dropping. These also don't have great demand, but it may be sufficient to hold up for lunch money with a poor margin in large sizes if you have no tax, or you could sell locally avoiding the seller fees. Then on the 10th for $110, the Jordan 1 Low Aluminum in women's sizes will be restocking. These should still hold up for lunch money with a subpar margin. Moving on to the 11th, the moment that we have all been waiting for. The Jordan 3 White Cement Reimagined will finally be having their full drop for $210. These already released through a shock drop on Nike sneakers a few days ago. Again, make sure to follow my Twitter, KeithAdam10, so you get these urgent types of notifications. And to know about these drops beforehand, again, with actual early information, feel free to follow Endurance on Twitter for future restocks. Even with there already being about 50,000 pairs in circulation from the shock drop, pre-sale is still very, very high. Demand is obviously extremely high on these, and it makes sense. They're one of the most iconic sneakers of all time. I would certainly expect these to be very profitable with a good to very good margin, full throttle on these, especially the large size, but I would even suggest going for the smaller ones too. Furthermore, I'd also suggest going for the grade school pairs, which retail for $150. Those should also be profitable with a good to very good margin too. And of course, these are an essential for the collection. We need the personals. Also on the 11th, we'll be seeing the Dunk Pandas restock again. After the prior restock was delayed, if you guys recall, the men and women's Dunk Low will be $110, and both will remain profitable with a good margin, while grade school will be $90 and also remain profitable with a decent to good margin. Focus on large sizes for all of them because the smaller ones have actually began dipping quite a bit now. The highs will be $125 and still will be personals only. Then on the 17th for skate shop releases, but the 21st for the main global release. Even though some rumors are saying the 20th, I'm also hearing the 21st. I'll try to confirm that to you guys and make a How to Cop guide, but we should finally be seeing the highly anticipated SB Jordan 4 Pine Green drop for $225. Despite the high retail, these should carry sufficient demand to be profitable with a good margin, especially in the large sizes. Let me know what you guys think about these in the comments below. Honestly, I expected something a little bit more interesting for these based off of what I'm seeing so far, but definitely still excited nonetheless. Then, on the 18th for $180, the Jordan 1 Skyline will be dropping. Unfortunately, like many recent non-classic Jordan 1s, I'd have to say these are mostly just personals unless you have no tax and local buyers. But jumping to the 24th, the Jordan 2 Craft Melon Tint will be dropping for $150. Like most Jordan 2 lows, I'd expect these to just be personals. Then, sometime in March, without a precise date, the Dunk Low Atlanta will be dropping for $120. While presale is very high for these, the demand doesn't look too special right now, even though there are some decent sales. As of now, I'd only expect potential lunch money with a subpar to decent margin on large sizes by the time these these end up releasing, but we'll see as we do approach the drop, of course. Of course, many more releases will continue popping up throughout the month, especially towards the last 2 weeks. Maybe we'll even get to see some news regarding the Pirate Blacks, because apparently Adidas and Kanye have reached that agreement. If you haven't already seen my video on it, feel free to check it out. So far, March is still looking really solid, and we do have more to come. Remember, feel free to follow and drop me some DMs on Instagram, Keith_Adam_ if you have any interesting video ideas. But anyway, that'll conclude it for today. You can feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed, or maybe if you learned a thing or two, and subscribe to stay 100% updated on all hyped sneaker news. Also, you can feel free to check out the links in the description below for reliable, fast residential proxies. Furthermore, feel free to follow Endurance and Gargantua on Twitter if you want to keep up with giveaways, restocks, updates, etc. And last but not least, make sure to follow KeithAdam10 and Personals for You. This way you guys stay updated on what I was discussing today. With that though, I'll see you guys later. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and of course, good luck on all these releases.